¿Será acaso que el proyecto Bluebeam?
Look at that, it's a triangle.
What the is that, man? Christian, we're getting invaded by aliens.
Imagine this. You're at a high school football game, surrounded by cheering fans, bright lights, and the electric energy of the crowd. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifts from excitement to bewilderment as something strange catches your eye in the sky. This is exactly what happened during a game at North Point High School in Wentzville, Missouri in 2022. What unfolded that night turned a typical Friday evening into a real-life encounter with the unexplained, leaving spectators questioning everything they thought they knew about our universe. Let's set the scene. The game was in full swing, and the stands were packed with students, parents, and community members, all focused on the action on the field. But then, out of nowhere, people started looking up. At first, it was just a few pointing, whispering, and then, before long, an entire crowd craned their necks towards the sky. You could practically feel the tension building as spectators shared glances of disbelief and excitement. One spectator, Cora Gregory, pulled out her smartphone and started filming. Initially, she thought it might be just a laser pointer or maybe a reflection. But as she zoomed in, her expression changed. She caught sight of a bright, glowing object darting across the sky. This wasn't just a trick of the light. It was something extraordinary. Cora's footage captured a vibrant, pulsating object that seemed to defy the laws of physics. It zipped around with incredible speed, changing direction on a dime. The crowd gasped, then erupted into cheers and exclamations of shock. Can you imagine being there? One moment you're rooting for your team, and the next, you're witnessing something that looks like it belongs in a sci-fi movie. The object hovered, twisted, and darted across the sky in a way that left everyone speechless. When Cora zoomed in, it was clear. This was no ordinary object. It glimmered with colors that shifted and danced as it moved, captivating everyone who witnessed it. As soon as Cora posted the footage on Facebook, it blew up. People began sharing it, discussing what they had seen, and trying to make sense of the bizarre sighting. Some skeptics quickly dismissed it as a drone or a military aircraft, but others, the believers, saw it as undeniable proof that we're not alone in the universe. The video spread like wildfire, with UFO enthusiasts dissecting every frame, analyzing the object's movements, and speculating about its origins. Experts were quick to weigh in too. Some pointed out that the object emitted no sound as it zipped around. Strange for something moving so fast. What kind of technology could produce something like that? The way it changed direction and accelerated was unlike anything most people had ever seen. Was it a glimpse into advanced technology, possibly extraterrestrial? Or was it a clever hoax? The lack of clear answers only fueled the debate. Now, this sighting wasn't just an isolated incident. In recent years, there's been a growing number of UFO reports that have gained attention, including those from the U.S. government itself. Yes, you heard that right. The establishment of the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, or the UAPTF, signaled a shift in how we view these sightings. They're no longer brushed off as conspiracy theories. They're becoming part of a serious conversation about national security and the unknown. The Missouri sighting brought the topic right back to the forefront of public interest. People began sharing their own stories of strange encounters, not just at football games, but all over the world. As these stories circulated, they created a sense of community among those who were fascinated by the unknown. The sheer volume of reports encouraged discussions about what might be lurking above us, often leading to more questions than answers. Cora Gregory became somewhat of a local celebrity after the incident. People flooded her with messages, wanting to know more about her experience. The buzz around her footage highlighted how such events can captivate public interest and ignite a passion for exploration. Witnessing something so extraordinary can change a person's perspective, turning them into an advocate for investigation and understanding. Now let's talk about the societal implications of the North Point High School sighting. When faced with the unknown, people often react in fascinating ways. Some feel excitement and wonder at the thought of extraterrestrial life, while others may feel anxious or fearful about what such phenomena might imply. This duality showcases a broader narrative about humanity's search for meaning in a vast universe. The collective reaction to the Missouri sighting also prompts us to consider how we engage with unexplained phenomena today. With smartphones in everyone's pockets, capturing a moment like this has never been easier. Social media allows these experiences to be shared instantly, making it possible for sightings to reach a global audience in mere minutes. However, this also raises questions about the reliability of the evidence and how easy it can be to blur the lines between fact and fiction. As the months passed after the sighting, the buzz around it didn't fade. Instead, it grew. Various YouTube channels and documentaries picked up on the footage, featuring expert analyses and discussions about the implications of UFOs. The conversations surrounding the incident not only continued to spark curiosity, but also contributed to a larger narrative about our place in the universe. Each new sighting adds to the collection of experiences that challenge our understanding of what's possible. Now, you might be wondering, why does all of this matter? The truth is, the North Point High School incident serves as a reminder that there's still so much we don't know. As we look to the stars, we can't help but wonder if there are beings out there, watching us as we are watching them. The thrill of the unknown keeps us questioning, exploring, and seeking answers, whether it's through rigorous scientific inquiry or simply sharing experiences with friends and family. On January 8, 2008, the small town of Stephenville, Texas, became the epicenter of one of the most talked-about UFO sightings in recent years. For a brief period, the usually quiet community found itself in the spotlight as dozens of residents reported seeing a massive, unidentified flying object in the night sky. The descriptions were staggering. Faster than a speeding bullet and larger than a Walmart, this mysterious object captured the attention of locals, law enforcement, and the media alike. It all began around 6:15 p.m., when witnesses began to report strange lights hovering in the sky. Among those who spotted the object was Steve Allen, a seasoned pilot who was clearing brush on a hilltop near Selden. Allen's account of the sighting added an air of credibility to the reports. He described the UFO as a huge craft adorned with flashing strobe lights. What was most astonishing was its complete silence. You could hear a pin drop, he said, emphasizing the absence of sound from such a large object. The size of the UFO was mind-boggling. Allen estimated it to be approximately half a mile wide and a mile long, making it larger than any conventional aircraft he'd ever seen. To put this into perspective, it was bigger than a Walmart store. Witnesses were in disbelief, trying to comprehend how such a massive craft could be hovering silently in the skies. As the sighting continued, Allen watched in awe as the UFO performed maneuvers that defy the laws of physics. It zipped away at astonishing speeds, leaving behind a trail of confusion and amazement. Allen noted that the craft sped off at over 3,000 miles per hour, outpacing two fighter jets that had been dispatched to investigate. It took the aircraft just a few seconds to cross a section of the sky that takes me 20 minutes to fly in my Cessna, he explained, highlighting the incredible velocity of the unidentified object. The reports quickly began to accumulate. Local law enforcement officer Lee Roy Guyton was another witness who could hardly believe his eyes. He was walking to his car when he noticed a red glow in the sky, reminiscent of volcanic eruptions he'd seen in photographs. Guyton described the UFO as suspended about 3,000 feet in the air. Struck by its presence, he called his son to come outside and witness the spectacle. It wasn't until he saw news reports covering the incident that he felt comfortable sharing his experience publicly. The Stephenville Empire Tribune reported that nearly 40 people claimed to have seen the UFO, though some were hesitant to come forward initially. The wave of sightings prompted discussions among residents who began to compare their experiences, further solidifying the narrative of a shared encounter. Many reported similar characteristics of the object, its size, shape, and behavior in the sky. As the story spread, media outlets began to take notice, eager to cover this peculiar event. Interviews with witnesses revealed a growing sense of wonder and anxiety within the community. Locals who had never entertained the idea of UFOs suddenly found themselves grappling with an experience that challenged their perceptions of reality. However, not everyone was convinced. Military officials were quick to downplay the incident, suggesting that residents might be misinterpreting what they saw. They proposed that the lights could have been an optical illusion, or possibly reflections from two airliners passing at high altitudes. The claim did little to quell the excitement among the witnesses. many of whom felt confident in their observations. Further complicating matters, officials from the nearby Air Force Base denied any involvement in the incident. They stated that their fighter pilots had not been engaged in any pursuit that night, leaving residents to question what really happened. The disconnect between witness accounts and official explanations further fueled speculation, with many people leaning toward the idea that something extraordinary had occurred. The event echoed a similar incident that had taken place at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport in November of 2006. In that instance, United Airlines employees reported seeing a disc-shaped object hovering in the air, prompting the media and the public to explore the possibility of UFOs in American airspace. The resemblance between these incidents raised eyebrows and highlighted a larger issue surrounding UFO sightings. As the story of the Stephenville UFO continued to unfold, the incident prompted a renewed interest in the study of unidentified aerial phenomena. Skeptics and enthusiasts alike began to discuss the implications of what these sightings could mean for our understanding of the universe and the potential existence of extraterrestrial life. For the residents of Stephenville, this sighting was more than just a fleeting moment of excitement. It became a part of their collective identity and a subject of ongoing conversation. On April 23, 2007, a notable UFO sighting occurred over Alderney, a small island in the English Channel. This event involved Ray Bowyer, a seasoned pilot with 18 years of experience. Bowyer was flying south towards Alderney when he noticed two bright stationary objects in the sky, which he later described in great detail. His account, supported by the testimony of his passengers and another pilot, adds a layer of intrigue to this incident, stirring public interest and debate about the nature of the unidentified objects. Bowyer was piloting a translander aircraft when at approximately 1409 UTC, he observed what he initially thought was a reflection from greenhouses on Guernsey, a nearby island. However, upon closer inspection, he realized the object was stationary and significantly larger than he had first estimated. He speculated it could be the size of a Boeing 737, positioned about 2,000 feet above sea level and approximately 10 miles away. Upon further reflection, he adjusted his estimates, suggesting it might be as far as 40 miles away and possibly a mile wide. He described the object as brilliant white and later characterized it as the size of 5 or 6 battleships, emphasizing its solid, bright yellow-gold appearance with black bands shimmering on its surface. As Bowyer approached the objects, he took out his binoculars to get a closer look. He reported being able to gaze at the lights comfortably, which he described as fantastic light. He also noted the presence of a second object that seemed to move in formation with the first. This secondary object was reportedly identical in appearance, but positioned closer to Guernsey. Bowyer was able to observe these unidentified lights for around 9 minutes. Following the incident, Bowyer filed a formal report with the British Civil Aviation Authority, categorizing the sighting as a near miss. He continued his flight to Alderney, but did not see the objects again on his return journey to Southampton. The sighting was not limited to Bowyer's observations. 2 passengers aboard the aircraft, John and Kate Russell, also witnessed the lights and described them in a similar manner. Their statements corroborated Bowyer's account, adding credibility to the event. They described seeing unusual colored lights and expressed their confusion about the nature of the objects in the sky. In addition, Patrick Patterson, another pilot working for Blue Islands, reported seeing an object that matched Bowyer's description. Patterson noted that he observed a similar object behind him and to the left, further supporting the idea that multiple witnesses saw the same phenomenon. Bowyer communicated with Paul Kelly, an air traffic controller on Jersey, during the incident. According to transcripts released later, Kelly indicated he did not detect any radar contacts ahead of Bowyer's aircraft. He reported only seeing a very faint primary contact, which he attributed to meteorological conditions. This lack of radar confirmation adds to the mystery surrounding the sighting. If the objects were indeed real and physical, why didn't air traffic control pick them up? Following the sighting, the British Ministry of Defense initially stated that they would not investigate the report. They claimed that the incident occurred outside their jurisdiction, as it was in French airspace. Nevertheless, about 2 weeks after the event, the MOD released a report detailing Bowyer's sighting, which included a summary of the observations from the second pilot. In the MOD report, the first object was described as a bright orange-yellow light with a gap or darker area, with the second object being identical in appearance. These descriptions further fueled the public's curiosity about the incident. Bowyer's experience left him shaken, describing the sighting as pretty scary. He emphasized that he had never encountered anything like it in all his years of flying. The report was considered one of the most impressive and perplexing testimonies recorded in MOD archives. Media outlets, including the Times and the Daily Telegraph, took note of the incident, particularly in the context of a growing number of reported UFO sightings in the UK around that time. Despite the intrigue surrounding the sighting, several explanations were proposed. One possible explanation was that Bowyer had witnessed earthquake lights. This phenomenon is scientifically debated and involves flashes of light appearing over areas of seismic activity. The timing of the sighting was noteworthy, as a minor earthquake had occurred in southeastern England just a few days earlier. Another explanation put forth was the phenomenon of sundogs. Michael Maunder, a local astronomer, suggested that the lights Bowyer observed might have been a result of atmospheric conditions conducive to sundogs, which occur when sunlight is refracted through the ice crystals in the atmosphere. Maunder pointed out that the conditions during the flight were ideal for sundog formation, and the lights Bowyer saw would have been located approximately 22 degrees from the sun, which aligns with the typical appearance of sundogs. The Alderney UFO sighting remains a captivating case within the larger context of UFO phenomena. Despite various proposed explanations, the incident stands out due to the credibility of the witnesses involved and the lack of definitive identification of the objects. Bowyer, now reflecting on the experience years later, maintains that he witnessed something extraordinary, stating that he had never seen anything like it before. Public interest in UFO sightings has surged in recent years, with many people advocating for greater transparency from governments regarding their investigations and findings. The Alderney incident is often cited in discussions about credible sightings, as it exemplifies how even trained professionals can encounter phenomena that defy easy explanation. Thanks for joining us as we delved into the stories of these UFO sightings. Whether you believe in extraterrestrial encounters or think it was just an atmospheric phenomenon, these events certainly add to the mystery of what lies beyond our skies. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more intriguing tales of the unexplained. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think Ray Bowyer and his passengers really saw that day? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep your eyes in the skies. Until next time, take care.